Hello everyone, and welcome to my review for Jujutsu Kaisen Chapter 212. I'm not really gonna bother with an intro. You guys know the drill. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. We need to talk about this chapter, because... oh, man. We didn't believe him. We didn't believe him. When Gege said, oh yeah, I plan on ending the series within a year. Gege, what the fuck are you smoking? What are you on that you think you can do such a thing? Well, here was a major flaw. We assumed that the party, the protagonists, were gonna fight Kenjaku, and then Sukuna was gonna get freed. And then it's gonna be like, oh shit, what are we supposed to do? And then Gojo gets freed. And then that fight happens. So we have like two final battles. We have a final battle for the people who've been in the culling game, for the most part. And then we have the final battle between the tops of the verse, and Yuji's involved in that, because Yuji is Sukuna's host, and he has to be involved in that. Unless Sukuna has found a way to free himself from Yuji's body, in which case, I do not know what Yuji does, but hopefully something. Gege has thrown a bit of a wrench into those predictions of events. First, let's get this out of the way now. The Tsumiki thing this chapter. So Tsumiki is a host for a reincarnated sorcerer called Yorozu. They have like fly wings or something. I'm gonna assume they have some sort of gross decay powers, or they summon fly swarms. Maybe something similar to Gurushi, possibly. And they are straight up from 1,000 years ago. Like, well, they're not from 400 years ago or anything. They're not from 200 years ago. They're not from Kashimo and Ryu's time. They're a real deal Heian sorcerer. So, obviously. Oh, and they want to have a fight with Sukuna. They're really fucking strong. That kind of goes without saying. They're really goddamn strong. And they fly off, they make the rule. They were pretending to be Tsumiki because a reincarnated sorcerer gets all of the information from their host's brain, which is why the reincarnated players, Chozo, Sukuna, are able to function in modern society. They don't experience some kind of like culture shock of suddenly being in the modern world and not having any ideas to what anything is or how it works. They get caught up to speed by the host's brain, so they're all good. And that's why it's possible for a reincarnated sorcerer to just impersonate the host, because they know everything about them. Convenient. So anyway, Yuji and Angel are going to be chasing after Yorozu, and then for some reason, the man himself decides, now is the time. Now is the time to say the magical word and chain. Folks, let me take a look at my volume 2, I think. Let's see here. What chapter was this in when this shit happened? Chapter 11, I want to say? Let's see here. Yeah, chapter 11. That's the one where Yuji's in his inner world, and they agree. Oh yeah, Sukuna's like, okay, here's the deal. For you getting to control me, or me getting control, because it's not like you can control me. When I say the words in chain, I get to control your body for 1 minute. And per Yuji's condition, he can't hurt anybody, which in this case seems to mean you can't injure anybody. You cannot draw blood upon a person. Something like that. Maybe it has something to do with Sukuna's interpretation of hurting. We haven't gotten a really deep dive on binding vows yet. We may get one soon, given what's about to be happening. And the second rule is that Yuji forgets about the binding vow. He doesn't remember it being a thing. He doesn't know anything about it. He doesn't really remember anything about being in the inner world. So, he has no idea what's going on. Sukuna knocks out Angel, and he decides to make a gamble. 2 gambles, I would say. He puts a bunch of cursed energy into his pinky finger, and he rips it off. My initial reaction to this was, oh, I see. Is he going to create some kind of system of feeding himself his own fingers, so that's what's summoning him rather than the vow? And because he was awoken outside of the vow in Shibuya, that's why he was able to go on his rampage. And then he starts laughing because the vow didn't include himself, which I'm pretty sure is something some of us had thought about in the past. I don't remember when, because I don't remember specifically when it would have come up. But I do believe we had considered the idea that Yuji wouldn't have included himself in that. You know, the idea is, don't hurt anyone else. Why would Yuji care if Sukuna hurts him? He's been hurt enough already. And he doesn't really value his own life that much relative to other people's lives, because he wants to help people. And then Megumi, just no hesitation, immediately goes to summon Maharaga. Good idea. Now, yeah, Sukuna's already shown he can beat Maharaga, so it's not like it would change anything, but what else is he supposed to do in this situation? He has nothing else to deal with 15-Finger Sukuna. Angel's knocked out. Who knows what Angel could do against him? Takaba's somewhere, I guess. He's somewhere. That man may be our only hope right now. It's very possible. But Sukuna just casually approaches the child, grabs him by the arm so he can't complete the hand seal. And it's like, nuh-uh-uh. Open wide, here comes the airplane, and he puts that Sukuna finger in Megumi's mouth. Megumi has the most intense reaction to a terrible taste I've ever seen in my life. And then things get really bad. Really, really, really bad. First off, this is like 200 chapters of payoff. I'm pretty sure, because, the chapter 11, that's the one where they make the vow. It finally gets used here. Even before that, when Sukuna and Megumi fought each other, Sukuna got really interested in what Megumi was doing. Mostly when he tried summoning Maharaga the first time. And then he basically said, yeah, I want to see something interesting from that kid. I think he's an interesting person. I want to stick around. Would you like to know why? Because he could use Megumi as a host. So, end of chapter. Oh my god, it's Sukuna Megumi. Or Megumi Sukuna. Whatever. I guarantee you the person that did that fan art like 2 or 3 years ago feels really good about themselves right now. They may feel as if Apollo gifted them with the gift of prophecy. This is really bad. Well, it's good. It's the good kind of bad. The stakes kind of bad. The stakes, they're at their highest. The situation for our protagonists is in hell. They may as well be in hell right now. So, there's a lot of things we have to go over with this. Buckle your seatbelts. This may be my longest review to date. We'll see how long I can string it out for. Also known as how long I'm just rambling like a lunatic. So, first thing. Yuji doesn't have those extra eyes anymore. Those things that showed up after he got taken over by Sukuna, or, after he became Sukuna's host. Even though Sukuna was very rarely active anymore, he still had those extra eyes closed under his eyes. That would probably look fucking disgusting on a real person, just having like an extra set of eyelids. Yeah, those are gone now. I'm looking at it right now. Right? I didn't notice this when I did the reaction, because, I was kind of focused on the other panel at the moment. Yuji's extra eyelids, you can actually start to see them disappear on the page before, a little bit. And then on the last one, they're just gone. So unless Gege's fucking up here, which this seems quite a significant thing to fuck up. Yuji has no Sukuna in him anymore. There are two implications of that. One, Yuji may not even be able to use cursed energy anymore, because his cursed energy that he was able to use was awakened by Sukuna. He would never have been able to be a sorcerer, as far as we're aware, prior to becoming Sukuna's vessel. Now he may just be, the Yuji that was fighting Higuruma for all intents and purposes. So just kind of a strong, intuitive guy. And that also means that Sukuna put all of his power into that finger. So what was left controlling him was just like a little, the lingering vestiges. And this is a 15-finger Sukuna, who is no longer confined by the binding vow, and is not within someone that has such a stupidly powerful body with such a high constitution as Yuji to be able to maintain control. And besides, being given 15 right off the bat, that's just Sukuna. Megumi's probably in there somewhere, deep down, maybe. Although Angel did say a lot of the times the original host gets destroyed, considering Megumi is one of the main characters, and Gege clearly likes him a lot more than Yuji. He's probably still in there, but he's deep down in there. It's just Sukuna. He's just free inside Megumi's body with 15 fingers worth of power. So that Shibuya shit, he can do that all the time now. And then it gets worse because he's in Megumi's body, which means he can use the 10 Shadows technique, which means he can summon Maharaga. Oh, but Maharaga's not tamed. Yeah, guess who was the only one to ever beat Maharaga? 15-finger Sukuna. Meaning that he can summon and tame Maharaga and can just use Maharaga whenever the fuck he wants. And he can kill all of Megumi's other Shikigami to make Maharaga even stronger. So imagine 15-finger Sukuna from Shibuya. Top 2 in the verse currently. And then you give him Maharaga, who is able to fight 15-finger Sukuna, who is hacked as fuck, can only be defeated by a handful of characters in the series. Top 9, I think I placed it. So now he has both of those. And he could make that Maharaga even more powerful. And he could maybe use Megumi's domain. I don't think that's necessarily true, because domains are based on your innate domain, and since Sukuna's in control, it would be his domain. But who knows? Maybe he can mesh it in there. And he can do shadow travel now, I guess. Not like he really needed it. He's fast as shit already. And then who knows what other powers he has. So, should I get into the other implications now? Well, for starters, there's no reason for Sukuna to let Yuji live here. He was annoyed by Yuji. He's no longer bound by him. The only reason I can think of for him to not kill Yuji is for him to be like, hey, now you have a front row seat. Well, not as much of a front row seat as before. I'm gonna fucking destroy everything. And I'm gonna make you watch. Alternatively, the binding vow about not hurting people may still be in effect, but I don't think so, because he's now taken over Megumi's body. It was a deal made for Sukuna taking over Yuji's body, so it just may not really apply to this vessel. And also, I believe the minute was up, and this Sukuna here has not manifested because of saying the magical words in chain. He manifested because of Megumi consuming Sukuna's finger. So, binding vow, likely not in effect. Yeah, Yuji may be getting turned into a bunch of cubes next chapter. That's a possibility. But he is still the main man, so I imagine he gets saved somehow. I could see Takaba saving him, because Takaba is indeed pretty broken. And I don't know if Takaba will really have, any sense of how powerful Sukuna is now. 15 Finger Sukuna plus Maharaga and, any other 10 Shadows stuff. Top 1, maybe? I think I would maybe actually finally be willing to, surrender to the people who put Sukuna over Gojo. Because now, fuck. It's interesting that it was when he tried to summon Maharaga that Sukuna became interested. That was presumably when he was like, yes, I need to become this guy. I need this guy to be my host, because then I can use that, and that thing's fucking disgusting. 10 Shadows is indeed one of the best techniques in the series. It's great. And now he's got it, so that was why. Oh yeah, someone pointed out. Let me take a look at my volume copy here. Volume 1, the first spread of the series. Let's have a look-see here. You can hear me turning the pages. Yup. One of Megumi's toads has fucking Sukuna's tattoos on it. Chapter 1. To be fair, this does seem like the sort of thing you would have probably planned out in the long term. I'm generally of the belief that Gege plans things out. I get that general impression. So, yeah, this has been a long time coming, to say the least. This is the biggest payoff chapter in the series. It is literally like 200 chapters of payoff. Early series stuff coming to fruition. It's great. It's great. So yeah, Yuji's fucked. What is Sukuna going to be doing? Well, he may go fight Yorozu. He may want to do that. Because Sukuna likes fighting. He likes killing. He likes fighting strong people. I mean, he kind of likes killing in general, but he definitely gets satisfaction out of fighting strong people. He liked fighting Maharaga, and that was the biggest challenge we saw him get in the series, outside of One Finger Sukuna getting smacked around by Gojo. So he may do that, and then he's probably gonna go looking for the rest of his fingers, which Kenjaku probably has. I don't know how he's gonna get to them, because, outside the colony, I mean, theoretically the new rule would let him leave, but I'm pretty sure they can't leave just because of how the barriers work. The barriers are their own thing, so the Culling Game rule, it's like the Binding Vow here, it's just not applicable. It's just not applicable. You make it, but it just doesn't apply here. It's fucking useless. He may try to contact Kenjaku in some way. Urayume may be coming along, because, him and Urayume were planning something. So Urayume's like, hey, you don't look as good with black hair. And I would agree, I don't think he looks quite as good as when he was in Yuji, but, that's just a personal preference thing. He has traded looks for power. Understandable. So he's probably going to try to get the rest of the fingers. And then, it's just going to be time for everybody to die. And that's kind of the problem here, is, this guy can just kind of do whatever he wants now. He's the most powerful character on the scene, arguably, now. We gotta free Gojo. We have more reason than ever to free Gojo now. Will he fight Kenjaku? Maybe. Probably not. Oh my god, we could have like a concurrent final battle where you have like Yuta, Hakari, Maki fighting Kenjaku, and then Gojo's fighting Sukuna. I imagine you could maybe swap out some of the people fighting Kenjaku to help Gojo. Probably Yuta helping Gojo. And then everyone else teams up to fight Kenjaku, because Kenjaku is cracked. Kenjaku's cracked, but he doesn't really have anything as absurd as Sukuna has right now. So, yeah. And then we get into the I think, final big implication I realized. Pretty sure. Oh yeah, Yuji's lost his other friend now. Like, you losing Nobara was bad. Now Megumi's effectively gone. And he's been turned into Sukuna. So, this face right here, we're back into Yuji suffering season. Which is terrible for my boy. But Yuji suffering is the best parts of his character. So, I'll take the good and the bad. I don't know. Gojo's got to fight Sukuna, right? We knew this from Chapter 3, arguably from Chapter 2. And we were under the assumption that either he fights a freed Sukuna, who has his original body somehow, or he fights the Sukuna that we've been used to, the Sukuna that's taken over Yuji's body. He's taken it over fully. Yuji has to fight some kind of spiritual battle within to either free himself or to freeze up Sukuna, weaken their connection so he's stunned for a moment and gives Gojo an opening to land the killing blow. Gojo, having to kill one of his own students for the greater good. Something that I believe he would be capable of, but, wouldn't be very happy about doing. Now the circumstances have changed a little bit. Because now Sukuna's host is Megumi, who Gojo has been raising for 10 years. You could basically think of Megumi as being like Gojo's adopted son. And now Gojo will have to fight him in a battle to the death. If you ever wanted to maybe inhibit Gojo's instincts, his battle IQ, his decision making, if you wanted to kind of make him hesitate, this would be the way to do it, I imagine. He didn't want to kill Geto, even though he should have. He certainly regretted that. He's not going to want to kill Megumi here. Especially, since Megumi's still a kid, still a teenager, had his whole life ahead of him. Trained with him, taught him, lived with him, pretty much, I think, all those years. And now he's turned into the King of Curses. So that's going to be a rough one. Especially since, it's Sukuna and he has 10 shadows now. 10 shadows users have been capable of killing limitless users in the past. So yeah, Gojo's definitely going to need help when he gets out. But yeah, so this is the worst case scenario. This is really, really bad. Oh yeah, I guess Kashimo can help fight him, because Kashimo wants to fight Sukuna. He's gonna die. I feel like it's safe to say Kashimo's gonna die. But hopefully it will be cool. Yeah, shit's fucked, man. There's not much I can say beyond that. It's fucked. It's over, man. It's game over, man. It's game over. It's done. It's over. Yeah, so Takaba hopefully rescues Yuji and Angel somehow. Maki would presumably be coming back in here at some point, so Maki's gonna show up and be like, what the fuck? Now Maki's strong. Maki can't take this. Maki can't handle this fucking thing. She needs to fucking leave. Just got her volume cover and everything. Looks great, by the way. Get the fuck out of there. Be gone. Gotta go catch back up with Yuta. Yuta and the Sendai team. Now those guys, Maki with Yuta and Ryu and Uro. We get Hikari. And, Takaba helps or something. You get Angel. Basically, we get all the really strong people that are on our side right now. And you get Kashima. Everybody teams up on this Sukuna. And Yuji has a really good cry session with Chozo, I imagine. That's the path forward. Doesn't sound like the path forward, what'll actually happen, but, that's the only course of action I can think for them right now, is you just get everybody. Well, actually, the only good thing right now is that Sukuna should be confined to colony number 1. It does mean everyone else in this colony is fucked. Higuruma, I'm sorry. you're screwed. You're shit out of luck. Everyone in this colony is gonna die. Angel can leave. Maki can leave. If Takaba thinks it's funny, he can probably leave. Maybe Yuji can leave. Probably not. Well, yo. Maybe this is where the whole destroying the base of the barrier thing comes in, because they can't escape. They're trapped in here with Sukuna. They need to get out. If the rest of them want to leave, they have to do that. But then Sukuna's also free to go anywhere. So now they're gonna be faced with a difficult choice. Do we flee so that we can, inform the other people in the other colonies, get help? Or are we just like, fuck it? We're going down with the ship. We're gonna keep you in here with us. Even though Sukuna could probably still find a way to break out anyway. Actually, I wonder how Maharaga... no, that's more of just a curse spirit destroying thing. I don't think it would really have anything to do with barriers. No, but yeah, how long is this review? 26 minutes? It's one of the longer reviews. It's not the longest review, I don't think. Could be. It's up there. So, yeah, I hope that was mostly coherent. It's bad, man. It's bad. Yuji may be totally depowered now. I don't know what he's supposed to do at this point. I have no fucking idea. Sukuna's free. Like, just free, unless Megumi somehow takes control, which I have doubts about happening, because Megumi doesn't have the same constitution as Yuji. He's not built like Yuji. You have whatever's going to happen to everyone else here. You have the people outside. Who knows what's going to happen to them? It was interesting. We didn't see the Sendai squad in last chapter when the new rule change got announced, so we don't know what's going on there. And, well, there's still Kenjaku. There's still Kenjaku and his plan going on. So, Sukuna's free. Maybe Sukuna is the bomb. I believe we had considered that. This may be the bomb that he intended to drop. If it wasn't the militaries of the world. Maybe that's why we glossed over that a bit. Because, the military fucking jobs to sorcerers. It's Sukuna. There's still Kenjaku to worry about. So we have two main villains. Two top-of-the-verse level characters. Just doing their shit now. They're free. We don't know how much Sukuna's goals align with Kenjaku's. Presumably he was able to become his fingers because of Kenjaku. Feels like a safe assumption because he was already supposed to be a player in the game. Yeah. So still gotta worry about Kenjaku. I feel like we forgot about him a little bit because holy fuck, the King of Curses is here. And we gotta free Gojo. The freeing Gojo part may be the simplest to achieve, because if we can get Angel out of there, she can leave, go to Chozo, open the back of the prison room. Gojo's free. That's not a win condition anymore, though. It's not just, oh, we win when Gojo gets out now. It's like, no. Now we've maybe kind of partially evened the playing field. It's still fucked. It's still fucked. That's the ultimate takeaway from this chapter. We're fucked. It's bad. It's real bad. This is the endgame. We're in the endgame now. How long will this endgame last? Well, if it goes the way Gege wants, only like 40 chapters or something. I could see it. I could see us doing it in 40 chapters now that Sukuna's out and about. Yeah, I guess that's what Gege had planned. I don't know. Yeah, I guess that's all for this week's review. If you guys enjoyed, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and click that notification bell so you don't miss any of my uploads. I do Jujutsu Kaisen chapter reactions and reviews every week that we get a new chapter. If you enjoy discussing Jujutsu Kaisen with other people, or you just enjoy the content I produce on this channel, I highly suggest you check out my Discord server. I have that link down in the description below, though. Keep discussions about this chapter in the JJK Roz channel until the official release comes out. Well, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys around. And until next time, take care.